Today, traders, we will be going through how to pass the FTMO challenge. Lovely traders, welcome back to ChrisFX. I hope you're doing great, both in life and in trading. Actually, I will be showing you the best way that you can make a trading plan in order to increase your odds of passing the FTMO challenge. Of course, getting 10% within 1 month is challenging. It is not necessarily hard, but it depends a lot on the market conditions and on your specific strategy and how it binds with those market conditions. So I have several bullet points here. You see, I have also taken the challenge. I have started the 15th of April and I'm ending the 14th of May 2021. Anyways, the first tip that I have for you, of course, it is very much self-explanatory. Have a winning strategy. It doesn't matter how much the strategy wins, but your strategy has to be winning in the long term. This will bring me to the second and most important point of the day, probably, because I know that many of you will be thinking this way. Unfortunately, this second point is do not try to pass the FTMO challenge within 1 or 2 days. Of course, if this happens to be the case, for example, if you have a winning strategy which goes for 7 to 1, let's say, and in your first trade you risk 1.5% and you hit the target within a few hours, then good for you. You have made it within 1 trade, but do not try to place, let's say, 50 standard lots and try to pass the challenge within 1 day. The reason for that is that even if you pass the challenge and even if you are lucky enough to pass the verification, you will fail later on when you will be trading with the real funds. In order to have longevity in this game, in order to live long in this game and make consistent profits, you have to have a winning strategy and follow this strategy throughout a given number of trades. So for example, let's take an example now that I have talked about this. Here I started losing, as you can see. I went a little bit up, then down, then again a little bit up. Of course, my strategy is winning like 50 to 55% of the times, and it is almost like flipping a coin, so you can have consecutive losses, and I reached at this point of minus 2.5%, which is nothing. And since then, you see the coin has flipped its side, and it's not that you see like some traders are showing you from minus 2.5% like plus 12k, because this is not realistic. It's again putting your whole account, let's say, your maximum loss in one trade and hoping that you're gonna win. You see from here, I recovered pretty slowly within 8 trades. Of course, it is within 2 days, but I had the opportunities to enter those trades. You see here, we went here, then 22, 24th trade, 25th we were over here, and now we're standing at this point. Actually, we're standing at this point. The point that we're standing is the equity. We are 1.8% up at the moment because some trades are running on the background. 3 trades are running, which is gonna be updating over here. Also, 2 trades are the ones that I have closed partial profits, but it's also USD JPY anyways. So follow your plan consistently and do not get disappointed if you start with a drawdown. This can happen, of course, and just keep following your plan. Okay, now one of the most important things that we need to talk about, let's go here on the left and check for the equity simulator. Once again, you can go ahead and type on your Google Chrome, for example, equity simulator, and you can click on any of the equity simulators over there. I have made a video about that in the past, but here FTMO platform is also giving you an equity simulator. So this is one of the most important steps. I have the 100,000 account right now. How can we manipulate this step in our advantage before we even start trading? This is very, very important, and I want you to focus over here. We are going to be talking about the most important stuff, statistics. Okay, let's say that my strategy according to my backtesting is winning 56% of the time, but in realistic conditions and given the fact that some pairs are winning more than others, let's say that we're winning 52% of the time. And now we're having a risk to reward of 1.5 to 1. Okay, if I take this fixed amount. Now, the way I'm going to be trading, I'm going to be closing 80% of the trade when I reach 1.5, and I'm going to be leaving the rest to run. Anyways, now this thing over here is the number of trades within the simulation. So we are running the statistics within 100 trades. You also see that number of trades within one simulation. And here we have the risk percentage, how much we are risking from our account. By the way, in the FTMO platform, you are not allowed to type 0.9 or something, so there is a bug regarding this thing. So if you want to risk, let's say, 0.8% of your 100,000, you go to risk and instead type 800. Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna be risking, as I started with my challenge, risking 0.7% of my account, and I will be running it. Okay, and here we have managed to run the simulation. These are 10 different scenarios. Each line represents one different scenario of 100 trades. So let's check it out. This number is the number that is the most important to us, and this is the max drawdown. We want the max drawdown to be below 10%. Also, the minimum equity is very important. As I have explained, the maximum drawdown does not need to happen when you start the challenge. You may, let's say, make 5,000 euros or dollars and then drop like 8%, and then your account will still be like 3% down only. So anyways, we want this number, preferably I would say below 12% maybe is gonna be a good thing. If I run the simulation again and again now, you will see that different scenarios are gonna be playing out. So 10 different scenarios of 100 trades every single time, randomly according to the statistics that we gave to the program. So here we're pretty safe, we can also see, okay, and you can also check out all the curves. You see that this curve, the red curve, is still very close to losing the 10,000, but we recover and we hit the target within, let's see, within 89 trades. But also you can see that other lines are hitting the target very easily within 40 something trades. Like the last line, the curve one, you can see we hit the target within 42 trades, almost 43 trades here. Okay, and if I run this again and again, you can see that sometimes the maximum drawdown is even less. So it's also a matter of luck according to the market conditions. Okay, we run it again and again, and we are pretty safe. We are mostly below 12%. Now, the thing is, if I go here and change my win rate, let's say we still have a winning strategy, which is winning only 43% of the time, 1.5 to 1. What we can see here, of course, in the long term, we would be winning with this strategy because we're winning 43%, which will do 43. Let's do it together. Okay, 43 times 1.5 equals 64.5, and we would be losing 57% of the time. Minus 57 equals 7.5% is what we would expect to be making out of 100 trades, which is an okay percentage. Not the best, but it's still a winning strategy. Nonetheless, what we can see here in this purple line, once this scenario might play out, that we have a maximum drawdown of 20%. And this means that you will have lost the challenge because the maximum drawdown you're allowed to have is 10%. Once again, the maximum drawdown is a bit different than the minimum equity because we have a 20% maximum drawdown, but we have only $14,000 below the 100K because, as we said, the maximum drawdown does not need to happen at the beginning immediately. You see this purple line, we went up to like 108,000, I think, over here, and then we dropped from there. Hence, we only lost 14K, but still it is enough to lose the challenge. And if I run it again and again, you will see similar scenarios where we are running around the maximum drawdown of 20%, which is not good for this challenge. How can we manipulate that? There are several ways we can manipulate that. So, one way is to lower our risk. Let's say that this is the best strategy that we have over here. Okay, let's make it a bit larger, still huge drawdowns if we risk 1% over here. But if I go ahead and risk 0.6%, so 600 per trade, oh, look at that now. The maximum drawdown is within our limits because we risk less. Still, we are able to hit our target in some of the lines very sooner. Like you see this green line, we hit our target within 36 trades, but on other lines it takes a lot longer, and even some lines do not hit the target within 100 trades, but most of them are on the positive side. So this is one way we can manipulate this thing. If we cannot win more than this, let's say, you can always lower your risk and then hope for the best, of course, or we can again backtest our strategy and see if now we would be going for 3-1 or 4-1, what would be the winning rate and if it's worth it. So let's say that now I'm going for 3-1. I'm going for 3-1 and the winning rate over here, the percentage of trades I'm winning with that is like 35%. This is what I have backtested with my strategies. Even though in the real market conditions I see a percentage around 40%, so this has me thinking a lot about changing my risk to reward, but I'm not going to be changing anything now because I have made a trading plan and I'm going to be following this plan. So let's say that I'm winning 35% of the time, I'm risking 600.6%, and we see that the maximum drawdown is only 8.8%. Of course, if I run it more times, we see sometimes we are very unlucky and going below the 10% mark, but mostly we are within our beautiful limits. Now, what you can do, because you see sometimes we go up to 14.8%, we can risk even less here, let's say 400. And now we are very safe. You see the maximum drawdown on the bottom left over here. Okay, we're extremely safe. This is the way you can do it. If you have backtested a strategy with a given percentage, then you can manipulate your risk, because there is nothing else you can do if your strategy does not win any more than this given percentage. So just lower your risk and let the statistics play. Hopefully I have made this pretty clear for you. You can see also here our equity has increased because several trades, 3 trades are still running on the background, as we can see. Okay, so we move to the fourth point that I have for you over here, which I kind of mentioned earlier on. The fourth point is do not change your strategy throughout the challenge. Okay, stick with your trading plan and go with your trading plan without any changes. This is one thing that also cost me within this challenge, and here we can see, I also mentioned that in one of the previous videos, we can see that I have 2 break-even trades. Why do I have those trades? Because this trade over here, let's check out this trade, ended up running to 8-1 non-stop. Like I could have passed the challenge within, let's say, 1 trade, and it was only 10 hours if I would have let it run. But of course I had to stick with my 1.5-1. It's the thing I have backtested. So I was emotionally affected. I'm the first one to admit that, and I said in my next few trades I'm gonna go for percentages like 4 or 5-1. And hence you can see also here, this was a winning trade of 1.5-1, but instead I let it run, and unfortunately it went back and stopped us at break even. So imagine, I said it once again, I'm always showing proof of what I'm doing. Okay, I'm not kidding with you, I'm not messing with you. I want the best for you and for me, of course. The thing is that right now I'm winning 2% and I still have another 8% in order to win the challenge. And the thing is, if I wouldn't be manipulating my plan within this period over here, as we saw, I would have had also here another 1.5-1 almost. I would have had another 2-3%. So now I would be like standing at 105k. So you can see small mistakes if you start manipulating your already winning strategy, statistically winning strategy. Even 2 trades can affect your whole trading plan. Of course, as I said once again, my strategy is winning 52-56% of the time, sometimes 60%. Anyways, in this case, we will say 52% of the time, at least 1.5-1. I'm going for 1.5-1, where I'm closing 80% of the trade. This is the way I'm trading right now for this challenge. And you can see that the coin, it is pretty much a coin flip, okay? But this played out, and you can see the winners are way larger than the losers. So you see 300, 300, 800, 8, 9, and you see way bigger winners over here in the 1000 and more. You see here all 1000, 100, 1400, and still some of these trades are running and are going pretty well. So the thing is, do not change your strategy most likely you're going to be regretting it. Let the statistics play. At least this way you will know that you have done the best from your side, and if you fail the challenge, it does not mean that you're not a good trader, of course. It means that the market conditions did not allow you to get this 10% within this given time. This will bring me to the next point. Stay focused on this video. We have a trader who passes the FTMO challenge within 1 day. Okay, and people say, okay, he passed the challenge, so he's great, he must be great. Listen to me very, very carefully. Please at least only listen to this point I'm going to make right now, because I'm going to be asking you a major question, a major question. Let's say that we have in this graph, you have a trader who had $10,000 within one trade, $12,000, let's say. He passed the FTMO challenge within 1 day. Of course, he has to wait, or she has to wait 10 trading days, but then he or she can risk just one micro lot. So he or she has passed the challenge within 1 day. Okay, and then you have a trader who did not pass the FTMO challenge. We are in this game for the long term, ladies and gentlemen, and we have another trader, I'm repeating, who has had, you see his or her graph, like let's say 60 trades until the end of the challenge, and has gone steadily, went in a downtrend, then a bit uptrend, then a bit down, and then in the end closed with a 4% or a 6% win. And she failed the challenge. To which one of these traders, if you would be having $100,000 to invest, who would you be giving your money to? Forget about taking the money from FTMO. Now you have the 100,000. Okay, you have 100,000 and you want to invest it to one person. Would you give it to the person who hit 10,000 within one trade? Or would you give it to a person who has a graph just like this one, who had a maximum drawdown of 2.5%, which is nothing, and then boom, and then boom, boom, and we are here, and we are even higher right now. And then, of course, the coin flip is gonna play again, and probably we're gonna be going higher and higher slowly. Well, if you said the second trader, then you got it right. So there are some traders out there on YouTube who pass the challenge within 1 day. Of course, unless it is luck playing out. For example, if these traders have a winning strategy which is going for 10 to 1 and it's winning 20% of the time and they win with the first trade, good for them, they have a trading plan and this played out from the first trade. But most of these traders that pass the challenge within 1 day, they're like risking 4,000 per trade. The thing is, I would never ever be giving my money to the trader who wins within one trade, because I haven't seen a multitude of trades and how his trading looks, how his or her graph looks within, let's say, 100 trades. Okay, so for me personally, those traders who show that they passed the challenge, there are some traders on YouTube, some YouTubers who show that they have passed the challenge within, let's say, 90 trades. These traders, I would be giving my money to them every single day without a doubt. Some other traders who can make, let's say, 30,000 within one single trade, they trade with 100 standard lots and then they disappear. Of course, those trades in the long run, they will be losing. They just won the lottery in the short term. And it's not that hard to do once again. So if you answered that you would be giving your money to the trader who has over, let's say, 30-40 trades, or if he or she is a swing trader, 20 trades, let's say, and the graph looks steady with the drawdowns and the upswings, then you are totally right. Then you understand the game of trading, of course. This comes to show that if you do not pass the FTMO, but if you have a very nice steady graph and you close, let's say, within 50 trades at 5 or 6 or 7%, then you're a good trader, of course. You're a very good trader. And an independent investor out there would be very happy to give you his or her money, especially when you have small drawdowns. This is the most important thing people with a lot of money would be looking at. They wouldn't be looking at the earnings so much. They would be looking at the earning potential, but the drawdown would be the most important thing for their money. Let's go to our fifth point, which is adjust your winning percentage according to your account balance. So if I'm risking 1% according to my plan and I start with a 100k, then of course I'm risking 1000 per trade and winning whatever, let's say 2 to 1, 2000 per trade. But when I will have 105,000 on my account, I will still have to risk the 1% of the 105,000. This will be 1050 per trade. So adjust the percentage and follow your balance exactly as it goes. Be a robot as you're trading. Okay, do not deviate from your plan at all. Okay, now let's go to the 7th and 8th point over here, and all of these points are very important. Okay, the 7th point is do not overtrade, do not have FOMO. FOMO is fear of missing out, and do not enter trades prematurely. Just wait for your exact setups to develop and then go for your setups. On the contrary, if you see your setups forming, so if you see like 5 setups in your specific pairs within one day, then I would be trading all the setups personally. As you can see over here, you can see the same date. I have Monday, 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 and Monday. Okay, and I have AUD/USD 2 trades, USD CAD, GBP USD, and all of these are wins. And again here, Wednesday and Tuesday, I have 2 trades. Okay, do not be afraid to enter when your setup is there. Just enter your trades, enter your setups, put your risk to reward according to your own trading plan, and then leave your computer screen. You do not need to be there to watch the trade. Let the statistics play like an algorithm would do. If you can be an algorithm, you will be winning in this game in the long term. And then the final point, actually, I have a 9th point that I just remembered, which I saw from another YouTuber and I really loved it and I really implemented in my trading. Marry your currency pairs. So do not trade like 10 currency pairs unless they work for you. Let's say, me personally, I went from 8 currency pairs to 4 or 5. Now I'm currently standing at 5 currency pairs, but there is the possibility that I'm also going to throw away one of those pairs and stick with 4 pairs only. For example, I saw that the same setups on AUD/USD, they would also appear on EUR/USD sometimes. And one of my mistakes is I would be taking those setups on EUR/USD instead of AUD/USD. As a result, EUR/USD sometimes would be stopping me out and then would go to my direction, but AUD/USD on the contrary wouldn't have done so. So imagine the losing trades from EUR/USD would be winning trades on AUD/USD. As a result, I threw away, for example, EUR/USD, and now instead I'm trading AUD/USD. Find the best pairs for your winning strategy, okay, and then stick to those pairs only. This is a very nice advice that I saw from another YouTube channel, and I thought that this was about time that I would implement it in my trading plan. These were the tips that I had for you for today, and here you can see right now the equity is 102,500. I think that Euro JPY is going, it almost stopped us out, yep, and went, as I can see, almost stopped us out and went. And we can also see that this trade is running, and also this trade I still have 0.2% on this one. I closed 1.5 to 1, stop losses at break even on this, and also this I closed 80% at 1.5 to 1, and it's still running. I'm going for way higher percentages at the daily level. I share almost everything on my Instagram account, so I'm going for a 13 to 1. For the rest, 0.2%. It's another, I think, 2k or something. Okay, and here it is on my platform. Here is my platform. Let me show you the platform, so you will see that I'm not messing around. You can see the balance is this, but the equity is 102,490, 2.5% up. The equity for you who are new is the balance plus or minus the trades that are already running. So these were the tips that I had for you. Leave me your feedback about those tips, and I would be very happy if you would be sharing your experiences with me. Now, if you liked the video, please leave me a like and subscribe to my channel for more educational content. And if you want to support the channel, you can go ahead and donate anything you want on my PayPal link, as also you can open an account with my affiliate link with IC Markets, which is a regulated broker, and again I have the link down in the description. This is my affiliate link. The broker is totally regulated, and that way, of course, you will be also supporting the channel. This is gonna do it for today. Thank you all for watching. Until next time.